Hi there folks, Tradman here and welcome to another episode from Window Cleaning Resource. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the like button please, and remember to share. So today we're looking at something rather special, so let's go and have a look, shall we? Okay folks, so what we're going to do is have a quick chat about the Unger Hydro, what it is and how I found using it. We're also going to have a quick chat about the N-Light pole as well, aluminium pole from Unger. So how have I found using it? Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to use water-fed poles all the time. I used to work for a very large company, and a lot of the time we were using ionic systems. So a lot of the time I was using that system, and also at the last maybe year or so of my job, I was also helping repair and fit the equipment. So I know how water-fed pole works, and I actually enjoy using it, believe it or not. I know my name is Tradman, I know, but I enjoy water-fed pole work as well. It's another string to the bow. So why is this a really cool string to add to your bow? Because it's so simple. It is so simple to use, that's why. It's literally water in at the bottom, pure water out at the top. Simple as that. And you can use loose resin, and you can use also the bags that Unger suggest using with it, but the bag's so much simpler to use. It's literally take the lid off, pull the resin out, new resin in, put the cap back on, away you go. So it could not be simpler. So I would highly recommend using the Unger Hydro. It's basically so efficient and time saving, and it's so easy to use. So if you've got quite a large job to do, and you think you're going to be there for a while, so you plug this into the mains supply, and then you've got basically unlimited water, as long as your resin's good, and you can do whatever job you need, and then obviously tidy it away, put it in the car or the van, and job's a good one. So, but for me, in the UK, maybe not so practical to use on every house, because our houses here in the UK are not overly big normally, so to set this up at every single house is not practical. To have to get the hoses out, plug to the mains, reel it up, get this plugged in, get my hose, brush, all connected up. It's a bit too time consuming. So there is another option where you can combine this and something else to make your life a little bit easier, but that's to come. Now, what about this N-Light pole? First thing I noticed about it, like most things of Unger's, very, very well made. It's solid. You could probably drop this off a building and it would be fine. But the downside of that is it's heavy. It is, for a 20-foot pole, this weighs, it feels more, I mean, I used to use poles up to 65 feet long, ionic poles, and this feels more like an ionic, maybe 30 odd, 40 odd foot pole, to be honest. I know it's only 20, but just because of how dense it is as well, it just feels heavy. And it's very long, as you can see, even when it's collapsed down. So if you can imagine trying to work in a confined space, it's not ideal. You know, you'd want something a little bit more compact, a little bit shorter to work, especially for ground level work, if that's what you're doing. So all in all, I would suggest if you are going to go for the Unger pole, I would suggest upgrading it to the carbon one. Again, that will probably have the same issue with the length, but at least it won't have the same issue with the weight. This is a very heavy pole, and I now just kind of save this pole for doing the occasional internal high level stuff. I actually pop a little Unger angle adapter in there and use it for inside traditional work, really high stuff, because we have an extension for this that takes up to 30 feet, but I wouldn't like to use this for long periods of time. This is what I call the arm burner. Any of these poles that are really well made but weigh a ton, they are the arm burners. So yeah, but all in all, it is quite a good pole. I'd probably give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Like I say, it gets a good score because it's well made, but it gets let down by the fact that it's just so heavy and you wouldn't want to use this for long periods of time. So that's my little review of the Unger N-Light. Why they called it N-Light, it should be N-Heavy, but there you go. So anyway, so that's the Unger Hydro. I'd really recommend it for you guys who, especially in the States, if you guys who maybe haven't used a water-fed pole before, a lot of you guys are maybe just doing a lot of traditional stuff and you think, well, I might maybe want to tip my toe into a little bit of water fed and see what like it is. Great way to get into water fed pole work and stress-free, hassle-free, literally plug and play and away you go. It could not be easier. But say you want to use this for smaller jobs and you don't want the hassle of hose reels and linking it up to the mains and all that kind of stuff. Something a little bit smaller you want to use from, you know, little job to little job to little job. So let's have a look at this next piece of equipment that just may take your interest. Okay guys, so this is the solution for all those little jobs. Say for instance you come across a job that you want to just maybe do the high windows on, maybe you've got 10, 15, 20 windows or something like that roughly to do. So the way to do it is, well, here's my recommendation anyway. I use the Unger Hydro to fill up about 4 containers. I think they're about 25 litres of pure water, and I do that at night time, ready for the next day. So I've got 4 containers of pure water ready, and I just kind of fill it up as I go. So this holds 22 litres. Now for me, I can normally get about 2 or 3 houses, the tops of them done, that is water-fed pole, before I need to refill this again. So it does really, really well. Now the reason why I like it, and Window Cleaning Resource will hopefully give you a hand try to find something similar to this. This is Facelift made, which is available here in the UK, but I'm sure Window Cleaning Resource will have something similar to this. Just give them a shout and they'll be able to give you a hand with that. But the reason why I really enjoy using this system is not only is it just got an on and off switch, obviously, but it's got a flow control, which is really handy. So for those kind of jobs that you want to really crank up the pressure, give it a good blast and get all that little crevices nice and clean, maybe between the window and the windowsill, something like that, really good. So it's got 2 settings here. So this little red button here, it can go either to the left or to the right. If you turn it to the left, that then enables the flow control. So you can turn it left or right for less power or more power. If you turn this red switch over to the right, so option 2, it puts on full blast. So obviously it's going to drain your water reasonably quickly, but you're going to get a much better pressure. So it depends what you need for the current job that you're doing. Now, the backpack doesn't come with the trolley. The inspiration came from a man known as Wagga. He's on YouTube, check him out. He's been on YouTube for a long, long time. Big shout out to Wagga, awesome guy. He is, well, as far as I am aware, came up with this idea. So I basically just kind of altered it a little bit. So his idea was to take the trolley, get yourself quite a good one. This one can take up to, I think it was 90 kilograms, this one. So it's quite a heavy duty one. And it's also got really good wheels on it as well, because if you get one of these cheaper ones, the vibrations when you're pulling that trolley along the floor, it's going to go up through your arm, it's just going to be a pain. So you're better to get a good quality one because you want it to last you a long time. Now the reason why I'm using a trolley is because obviously something around 20 litres on your back is not going to be great, especially when you're using it for a long period of time. And if you're anything like me, I've had a back injury in the past. Having that weight on your back is not ideal. So here's another way of getting it around. But what is these things on the side? Basically, these are just a couple of clips on here and a couple of clips there. So this holds my traditional gear, because at the moment what we're doing with a lot of our customers is everything that's high level, we're cleaning with the water fed pole, and everything low level that we can reach, we're going to do traditionally. So we're trying out this method at the moment. So normally I've got my trad gear on, so I've got all that equipment there. And the only thing that would be a bit of a pain to have to figure out how to carry, because if you think about it, in one hand you've got your trolley and in the other hand you've got your water fed pole. So if you want to traditionally do the bottoms and there may be windows you can't reach, you need a traditional pole. So rather than trying to carry 2 poles plus trolley, I've attached the traditional pole to the side of the trolley. So basically this has become the Hydra Trad trolley, if you like. Okay, so I'm going to put a patent on that, that's cool. So yeah, basically what I've done is taken the feed from the front of here and fed up the side here. So the connection for the water fed pole is nice and handy. It's at the top, it's a hose lock connection. Okay, so that's really nice. The battery and the pump are located, by the way, in here. So if you ever need to replace anything or do anything at all, it's just in the bottom of here. And on here is just basically a short traditional pole. It's basically for things that are just out of reach, that normally I would need to kind of carry it around. But the reason why I've got sort of the main section of the pole on that side and then I've got the rest of it on the other is because I have a Ford Transit Custom, the smaller van, And with that connected on top of here, it doesn't quite fit in the van. So I've basically just taken the head of it off, and the one on each side. Because literally it just takes seconds to pop that on there, you know, and then away you go. It's locked on and you go off and do your jobs. And then when you're finished, you know, you can just pop that back on there. So it's a nice little, if you're prepared to do a bit of DIY as well, it's quite fun to do if you like that kind of thing. But otherwise you can just strap your backpack to the trolley and away you go. So this is literally just held on by the straps at the back. Let's see if we can get a bit of a better look at that. So we've got the straps of the backpack are wrapped around the trolley itself and are tightened, okay, so that's holding it. We've also got a couple of tie wraps as well, just going through the bottom of the backpack and onto the actual trolley itself. So I've got a couple of tie wraps there as well, and also one single bungee just at the bottom here, nice and tight as well. So it's very, very firm, it doesn't move, and you know, there's no fear of it coming off of your trolley while you're trying to walk around a job. Not the most professional thing if it falls off. So, trying to make it look nice and professional. So just quickly run through all that again. Use the Unger Hydro to fill up your containers, maybe at a night time, ready for the next day, and then have this already filled up in the morning as well. And off you go, and you use this for maybe your high level windows, nice backpack there. You get all different kinds and shapes and sizes, but I would recommend something in or around the 20 litre mark will be ideal for you. So yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed that video. This is a nice suggestion to get you into water-fed pole. And like I say, any help you need, Window Cleaning Resource will be really happy to help you out. Okay guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. And remember to come check out yours truly on the Tradman channel, okay? And yeah, thank you very much for your time. And I'll see you in the next video guys. Be good, take care, and bye for now.